Okay. Okay. So over to you, sir, Dr. Lansing, to open this floor.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I want to use this privilege to appreciate God who has gathered us, who has brought us this far, and also to thank you for accepting to collaborate with us once again. The other time you mentioned something very important that even sweetened my ear. You said that PCCF is your baby institution, and we are very glad to know and also to hear that. Yeah, having said that, I want to also appreciate all of our students who have so far joined this lecture, be part of this great lecture. I assure you that your coming in and your stay with us will never be in vain. Please pick up your pen, pick up your books and your writing materials. Ensure that you take down the important points. One thing about our mama here, she loves asking questions. So prepare yourself because you'll be called. You'll be called to answer questions. Thank you so much and God bless everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate the opportunity for YYCI International to collaborate with PCCF. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your trust in us, and we will continue to work together to make this PCCF established fully and also to go to another higher level. So I want to say thank you. Once again, I also want to appreciate all our great leaders on the platform, Mr. Kenneth Flomo, Mr. Patrick, Emmanuel, Mr. Ahmed, and Mr. Olkunkeran. Thank you so much for joining us. I believe others will join us as we go on. And the most important thing we would like to establish right from the beginning is time management. If you are going to be a great leader, you need to be conscious of your time. I know that sometimes there are some circumstances that are beyond our control, but if you plan ahead, if you plan ahead, you will see that you can meet the challenges on the way. We don't plan for challenges or disappointment to come. But if you have planned yourself, for example, if maybe the traffic or the electricity or connectivity is happening, at least the best way to do things is to communicate with your leader. So that's the best way so that they will know that you're on your way, something happened, and because communication is the key word, but we need to be communicating with one another. It shows respect for yourself, respect for your leader, and respect for PPCF. So please, and if you know of anybody that have registered that's supposed to be here, I mean, show your love to them and call them or remind them of this program because every one of us are different, just like the fingers are not equal. So everybody is going through one thing or the other. So it might be something slightly, and at least the manager or the president of this PCF will be aware of. It's very important. It's more than just paying money. It's more than just paying for these fees. It's more than that. It's attitude towards learning also matters. So let us be conscious of all that. Attitude of learning, your mindset that you want to grow, and also your punctuality and your curiosity that we want to learn. Very, very important. So I want to congratulate those that are on this platform. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. I believe that others also will join us later. So the topic before us today, let me share my slides. Sometimes my slides will be in and on. If I see that all what people are doing is just looking at the screen and not listening to follow my questions and other things like that, then I put my slide down. So on this note, I would like to share my slides. Okay, right. So welcome to Prestige Croissant Consulting Firm in collaboration with YYCI International, YYCI. for this advanced diploma in project management. All organizations use projects as the way to translate strategies into plans and objective into reality, and the application of the advanced project management skills is often what determines a successful project from a painful and unsatisfactory one. We have designed this advanced diploma program specifically for project managers, team members, and senior members, managers, in addition to obtaining an advanced diploma in project management. Yes, this course will bring participants up to speed in the current principles and practice of project management, incorporating preparation for the project management examination. The main focus on this course will center on the 5 traditional project management processes: group of initiation, planning, execution, control, and close out, as well as the new concept of system for value delivery, principal project, performance, domain and model. So, all right, we have various lecturers on this platform, and I'm so glad that they incorporate various ways, and that is to show that Dr. Lawson have everyone in mind, and he doesn't want you to miss out with this program. But the question is, do people care? Do they understand? Do they appreciate these things that we're doing on this platform and even on the platform of PCCF? Do they care? Do they understand what they're doing? Are they willing to learn? Are they willing to progress? Or are they just sitting at the edge, complaining and lamenting and not taking action? Listen, some of you might not be working at this moment, but what makes you different from others is what exactly you are doing now. Preparing yourself, engaging your mind, adding your knowledge, learning new skills, because you never know where you will land, even when you get a job or you get a contract or you are appointed or you start your own business. So no knowledge is waste. So we should keep learning. And I want to appreciate all our great leaders that will be leading us. We have up to 6 over here, and they will be teaching us on various topics. I will be teaching you this morning on Project Life Cycle. Very simple as that. It's just like a foundation. Okay, so that's who about me. Okay, let's start with this. Advanced Project Management and Leadership. This course, management and leadership, equips you and myself with essential skills to excel in dynamic project environment. So that is why we are learning is in 2 ways: project management and leadership. Because you might end up being a team leader that is carrying out a project. You might be a leader that is leading the whole organization. You might be a leader and a manager of a particular project for a big firm or even for the government. And that is why it is so important that as a project manager, you are also a leader. By exploring critical areas such as project audit, negotiation strategies, you will gain the tools necessary for effective multi-project management by the time we finish this course altogether. I think we've said this, but this message is to acknowledge your enthusiasm in furthering your study with us and to also encourage you to be focused in this particular program. Very important. Don't be distracted. Don't be carried away. Just focus in order to achieve greater from this program. This is a professional course and is built to further broaden your mindset on project management so that anywhere you go, you never know who is going to ask you questions. You never know what you are going to face. but at least you have full knowledge of project management. May I also say something that yes, we call it advanced, but there's still lots to be learned. And that is why I will encourage you to keep studying. If you really want to go into project management, you really need to go extra length to research, to study, to observe, to involve in project managing and many other things. So the students will be asked to write a dissertation on project management. Apart on top of the dissertation on project management, you are also going to be carrying out a particular project. So I want you to bear in mind. Probably we're going to start with that on this morning program. Since this is a research study, you are to do research on any topic of your choice under project management and do a write-up on it. So my questions will be okay, let me just quickly, because I think Dr. Lonson is helping us to know what dissertation is. So how is it different from an essay? There are some obvious differences. An essay is relatively short, usually 1,500. My own essay can be 3,000, 4,000, but it's still short anyway. But when we come to dissertation is more than that, because you have to write methodology, you have to do your literature review, you have to do other things around it. So even with that, you have to do your marketing research. So all these things have to come with the dissertation, because I personally, many other person, including Dr. Lonson, have done dissertation either in university or in colleges. I know my last dissertation was on customer complaint. I think I did another one for another university as well. So it's very, very important. So that one can be more than 10,000. For example, describe and evaluate major theories of globalization, for example. So you have to really know what to do at the right time. Either you want to write the essay, the article, or you want to write the dissertation. So you have to know the difference. So a dissertation is a topic you choose for yourself. And the first usage of the word in the English language in 1651 also gives a useful starting definition: an extended written treatment of a subject. That is why you will see people will ask you, what are you specializing on? Because what you have spent hours upon hours, weeks, and months to do your dissertation. I personally, when I was studying even business and management um, at University of Northampton here in UK, we spent 6 months to prepare for this dissertation. So that is, and with the notes and articles, you can do that overnight. Okay. All right, so that's by the wayside. It's just for us to just remind you on that one. So let's go straight to the topic of today. What is advanced project management? Advanced project management is a highly effective management tools to ensure that all services and products are delivered within time, specification, and budget to the satisfaction of the client. This is borrowed from Advanced Project Management, NWU. Okay, so um, I particularly have been assigned for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been assigned for this month Diploma Advanced in Project Management, Project Management Circle, Project Quality Management, Management Resources, Communication Management, and Strategic Leadership. So, before I go any further, let me ask my wonderful leader. Firstly, I want to welcome you all to this amazing, amazing time together to learn and to share, because like Dr. Lawson has prepared you, I may ask questions, and please, I'm begging you, we don't want to waste your time. Please, immediately I ask you any questions, please answer, respond as soon as possible. And if I see that one or two people are quiet, I'm going to call them and they have to answer. That is how we learn together from this diploma. My first question is, have you done project management before? Have you managed a project before? Quick, 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 quick. Yes or no? Have you managed a project before? Some of you might be thinking, you might be doing it, but you might not know that you are doing it. But let me ask that question first. Have you heard, please, I want you to respond quickly, please. Have you done or managed any project before? We have
Uh,
seconds. Okay. Madam
yes,
Patient. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Who said yes now? Because I need to know. Okay. Thank you so much. So that I will know who is quiet on this platform. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. All right, Mr. Kenneth. Thank you so much. Um, where is Madam Elizabeth this morning? Okay. I believe. All right, thank you so much. Yes. Now the next question is, yes, you've all said it. What do you understand by project? What is, to you, what is the meaning of project? Very important. What is the meaning of project? You said you've managed one project before. So what do you mean by project? What is your understanding about project? I just need one or two people to quickly do that for me, and then we can move on. And then the next question will be, after what is project? Don't tell me you don't understand what project is. We've done uh, the um, the elementary and the intermediate of project management. So if I'm asking you for this advanced and you don't know what project is, then it's of waste of time, because you need to know the foundation. What is project? If you say you have managed a project before, so what is that project? Or let me put it this way, what kind of project have you managed before? For example, in my own case, I had, okay, let me see. It's a task given to a person for him to be accurately done and deliver within a specific period of time. Thank you so much. Any other person, don't be shy to mention. A project is a temporary endeavor with a divine beginning and end. Thank you so much. Any other person, please? Any other person? Thank you so much. We are 8 years, so we should be working together this morning. Thank you so much. Okay, so now thank you for giving me the meaning of the project. So what kind of project have you done before? Because I can see about 3 or 4 people said they have managed a project before. So what kind of project have you done before? Project is an art of planning. Thank you so much, Madam President. Okay, so what kind of project have you managed before? Painting project. Thank you, sir. Any other project? Painting project? Yes, sir. Any other painting? How come it's 2 people doing the same project? Are they in the same team? eh? Interior decoration, painting project. Why is 3 people saying painting project? Are they in the same group? Are they in the same? Are they doing the painting project together? Okay, now, my next question I will ask again. You said painting project, interior project. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaking a creative, unique product. Okay, we are all painting contractors. No wonder. Okay, amazing, amazing. I like that. Okay, the next sewing and fashion designer. Okay, that's the project. Okay, all right. Any other person? Right. Okay, so you've all done project before. Okay, so we are in the right place to learn this. Pharmacy and store. Let me ask Mr. Patrick, pharmacy and store, what kind of project did you carry out? Sewing and fashion designer, what kind of project did you carry out? What particular specific project did you carry out there? And to all my leaders doing painting contractors, what kind of, what is your own impact or what kind of project did you carry out? It could be any project because project is for you to research more or to research about how to develop, for example, for the painting contractors. What kind of project? Because there must be a project that you are doing to enhance your painting contracting for you to be contracting. Are you, what kind, I just want somebody to tell me more. It's not enough to just tell me you are painting color. Your project is a painting or something. So please, I just want to I want to note that we are all in the same we are in same place, in the same motion. So please just briefly explain to me, what do you do? How do you do it? What are you doing um, for the pharmacies and store, sewing and fashion designing and painting contractor? I just want to know because at this stage we are entering into the advanced level. So we need to know what have you done with this project. I've broken my questions down, so you should be understanding it the way I'm saying it. What have you done? You said you have managed that project. What have you done with that? What have you done with this managing this project? What have you done? I was given a task to get a new space and plan a new business of pharmacies and store in a strategic business area. Amazing, amazing, fantastic. That is good. That is good. Any other person, please? Any other person? I haven't heard from our painting. Yeah, we have about 4 people. So please, can somebody break the silence and explain to me, please? What have you done and what tax is it that you carry on and you manage? Please, quickly, 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 so that we can make the survey preparation. I think I'm now getting an idea from that. Yes, that is good one. Any other person? Okay. All right, let's move on quickly. Let me show my slides and then we move on quickly. Thank you so much for those that have really involved in that. Right. You've managed a project before. I appreciate that. So the reason why you are on this platform is to increase your knowledge, is to work together as a team, is to manage a particular project together, is to involve in managing a program. And at the end of it all, you want to see how you are doing it, how you've gone far, and you want to know what exactly steps you are taking. And also you want to understand your team, who is going to do who is good, because this is a teamwork. And at the end of it all, you want to evaluate it. At the end of it all, you want to make sure that your project is complete. And then you want a very good feedback. That is, everything is amazing. And like Dr. Lonson have said, it's similar to you carry on your dissertation in a workplace. The only differences between dissertation and project management is that you can do it in group. That's the management. But when it comes to dissertation, you do it yourself. Yes, you have to go for seminars. Yes, you have to do some, questionnaire like myself when I was doing it. I have to involve the customers and gather some information from the questionnaires that I prepared. And yes, you have to get this. And another thing that is different between dissertation and project might be more costly. Managing a project might be more costly than doing a dissertation, because it might involve more resources than when you are carrying out your dissertation. Okay, but so that is why that within the period that we'll be working with you, we're going to form a group. We are going to change. You're going to choose your topic, and you have to tell us first, how do you want to manage this project? And then after that, you want to tell us what resources you need for that project. Where are you going to go? Who are you going to approach for this project? To learn from them, to gather information. And then how are you going to now implement the all in knowledge that you've learned from intermediary and the elementary? How are you going to apply it? Okay. And then after we finish the project, you're going to submit the project, and each one of you are going to talk about the project that you have submitted with your findings and other. After that, then we are going to assess everything you've done. We give you a very good feedback. And when I say we, that means all the lecturers in this program. When we now do that finish, then we will now give you the final of dissertation for individual to go and work on it and submit it. And that is how we go about it. Okay, so let's move on. What is a project life cycle? So life cycle means it's just like what I have just explained to you, but in a civilized world. Let's see what they've said. Initiative phase, that means the planning, the implementation or executive phase, the closures phase. These are all the project cycle. So we have the initiation, we have the planning, we have the implementation, we have the execution phase, and then the closure. So this is what form a project life cycle. So project life cycle, series of phases of project from initiate to completion. And that is what I've been assigned to explain better to you so that you know what to do. And I believe by the time we finish today, the first phase, which is initiation phase, and your planning, we need to discuss it on this platform. So the life cycle gives a practical approach to problem solving applied to all aspects of a project. Okay, so a project cycle typically has four major phases, just like I've said: initiation phase, planning phase, implementation and executive phase, and closure phase. Let's start with the first one. Project manager and project team have one shared goal: to carry out the work of the project for the purpose of meeting the project's objectives. That is their objective goals. So every project has beginnings, a middle period during which activities move the project towards completion, and an ending either successful or unsuccessful. A standard project typically has the following four majors, each with its own agenda of tasks and issue. Remember, I'm going to ask you those four very soon, and I want everybody to involve. Taken together, these phases represent the path a project takes from the beginning to its end, and are generally referred to as the project life cycle. So, put the slides down. My fellow leaders, can you please mention the four phases of a project management. Project life cycle is the time you decide to start and end a project successfully, or in short, the duration of the project. Okay, right. So I'm asking you first, what are the 4 project life cycle that we're going to be working together with? And I want everyone to mention it. And do me a very good favor. When you mention the 4, try to also explain it in the way you understand. So let's go. Project life cycle. Who is going to start with that for us? So mention 1, explain it as you understand it. Mention the 2, mention the 3, mention the 4, and explain. Here we go. All right. Who is going to be the first to break the ice? Let's see. Let's do this quickly together. We have only a few seconds. Who is going to go first? I believe you are typing. That is why it's quiet at the moment. So I just want everybody to involve. Yes, Mr. Kenneth, you've started by saying to us about project life cycle. Now I want you to mention the 4 project life cycle and let us discuss about it. Okay. I'm waiting. Few seconds to do this quick. Madam Patient, are you still here? Mr. Patrick, are you still here? Marvelous, are you still here? Okukere, are you still here? Ahmed Chukudrini and Mr. Kenneth, please, quickly. If you want to speak about it, you can raise your hand and then you can tell us. And if you want to write on the chat box, I'm waiting. Please, quick. We have a long way to go today. And I'm not spending 2 hours. It's going to be less than that. So please, quick. Who's going to go first? I'm waiting. The life cycle is, I've mentioned it already. I don't want to, yes, okay, thank you. Marvelous Oziegbe. Initiation, planning, execution, and closure. Okay, can you elaborate it for us, please, quickly? The rest, you need to mention it and you also need to explain quickly, in your own words, what you understand. Hello? We have only few seconds to do this and only one person is responding. Initiation, planning, execution, and closure. These are the project life cycle. Okay, thank you, sir. Right. Others, please. So can you explain what initiation means, Mr. Kenneth? Marvelous, can you explain what planning is? Let's see who is going to be the next person to respond. And the person is, I'm waiting. Okay. Initiation, planning, implementation, executive closure. Okay. Can you explain to us, Mr. Ahmed, the implementation, please? Yes. Initiation is beginning stage of the project. So what do you do while in that level? What do you do? Initiation, what do you do? I want you to talk, to say something to me about initiation. Initiation defines project scope and goals. Planning creates a details, project plans. Execution is carrying out the project tasks. Closure formalize the project completion. Okay. So, initiating is beginning the stage. Yes, I agree. Define the project, yes, and the scope. Yes, and I agree. And then setting up the goals. That is part of initiation. Yes, I agree. Okay, initiation is the beginning stage of the project. Yes, I agree. So what are you going to do at the beginning when you are carrying out the project? Implementation is the carrying out of what has been planned. Excellent. So you apply your knowledge to carry out the project. So your actions, your executions, because I believe executions and implementation works in hand. So others, please. What about the plan? What about, yes, the planning? Yes, the planning. What about when you define your, I think the first one, initiation, we also come with knowing the project. Why are we doing the project? Maybe somebody can answer that one. Yes, we want to manage a project. Yes, we want to carry out the project. Yes, we want to manage the project. Why are we doing that? What is the main purpose of doing that? There must be a purpose for carrying out the project. For example, I used to work with a Ministry of Environmental here in UK, and we have so many project officers, project managers, project this and that. I also work with the NHS. So we also have project managers carrying out some certain tasks. So why do we need that project manager? And project managers sometimes, project officers and a team, they don't work indoors. Sometimes they have to go out. So why is it necessary? Can somebody just tell me? Okay. In that level, you set up your team, policy gets you supply and logistic, carrying on the need assessment, communicate your ideas, and get the aims and objectives of the project with a clear goals and ways to achieve it successfully. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. So I'm asking a very good question here. Yes, you set up your team. Yes, you set up your policy. Yes, you set up your goals. Yes, you look into the logistic and the supply and the needs. Yes, you communicate the idea. Yes, you set up the objective to take or to for the objectives for the project. And yes, you have a clear goal and ways to achieve it success. So what do you want to achieve? That is the question that I'm asking. Why this project? Why do you want to do this project? Why do people want to do this project? Why did they appoint some people to be the project manager? Why? Why projects? There must be a reason. It's a simple word, but I just want somebody to help me out. Simple words. Why will NHS appoint project managers? Why will Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Environment, why would they need project managers? Why? Because bear in mind, I just told you that project managers don't work indoors. They have to go into the field, into the site. If they have to research, they have to research and come up with a solution. So I'm giving you answers to my questions here, but I want somebody to help so that I want you to get better understanding. Why projects? Why do we have to come together? Because you have to know your why before you do anything in life. So why? Because that will give you the why you want to apply for that project manager in the first point. So why projects? Why do we carry out project? Why do we need project manager in organization, in any ministry? I still want somebody to break that for me as we go on. Quickly, quickly, because you need to know your why. The reason why you want to manage that project. The reason why we are looking for project managers. Why? It's simple. Maybe Dr. Lonson can help me in this area. Why project? The purpose of the project manager is to supervise. Yes, I know. To supervise what? because they need someone that will monitor and evaluate the project. Yes, I'm asking why the project. It requires field work. Yes, I know. Maybe we could just conclude and finish up our classes today, because I need the reason why we need this project. I've mentioned some ministries that are looking for project managers. Everybody's rushing to project manager or to become a project manager. And everybody's rushing to do a project. But there must be a reason why. I think number one will be you need to succeed in the project or the product or service you're doing, and you need people to help you to reach out to this community. You need people to help you to bring your services and your product to take it to the community. And that is why project manager is all about. Because project manager, we manage the team that are going out to do something on behalf of the organization. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. So that is why it is so very important. Okay, let's move on. I believe I'm right, because nobody is challenging what I've said so far. We appoint project manager because we need someone who has the technical knowledge of the project and is ready to learn more, to research. Because it's not just being a manager, you have to be knowledgeable of it. And you also need to research, because maybe exactly what your organization is doing, many people are doing it. So your project manager must go extra length to research more, to bring, the project manager must be an innovator, a creator, a creative person, the person that think critically and also think creatively. A project is to solve problem. A project is to bring pro solution. A project is to market the project and let the community knows exactly what we're doing. A project is to have a specific task being managed by certain people to get the organization in the lines of the marketplace. Okay, let's move on. Thank you so much. So, phase one, during the first of this phase, the initiation phase, the project objective or need is identified. This can be a business problem or opportunity. An appropriate response to the needs is documented in a business case with a recommended solution option. It's just like what we have been saying. A flexibility study is conducted to investigate whether each option addresses the project objective, and a final recommended solution is determined. So it's not only just carrying out the project, there must be series of meetings. There must be brainstorming, sharing ideas, and then looking out of it to come to a common ground to say, okay, let's go in this direction. So once the recommendation solution is approved, a project is now initiated to deliver the approved solution, and a project manager is appointed. So there's something you identify in the organization that you think there can be improvement and they can do better and they can rise above their competitors. And then you gather together to say, okay, this is what we identify. It could be our weakness in the organization that needs to be improved. It could be certain line, a certain product that we need to develop. It could be a certain area that we need to improve on. So the project manager is being appointed after forming a group, and he will be the one conducting the meeting. So given orders in the team to share their views about a certain thing that you want to implement. So the major delivery and the participating work group are identified, and the project team begins to take shape. This is as a group, but even as individual, you identify the problem. Your willingness to find solution is your project. So approval is then sought by the project manager to move on to the details planning phase. Okay, so the next one is planning phase. The next phase is where the project solution is further developed in as much details as possible, and you plan the steps necessary to meet the project's objective. That's where you set up your goals and your objectives. In this step, the team identify all the works to be done. That's the place you will know, okay, who is going to do this, who is going to go for this, who is going to focus on this particular thing. Just like I told you, I worked in a Ministry of Environment, and I've been one of their admin in that section. So I could see that all the project managers has their tasks to carry it out. Some people might even want to go into the riverside and see how the place is being managed. Some people might want to know why this, it can involve even the land. It can involve the community and people. So they have to go out there and see exactly what they're doing. How are they managing the River Thames? They are the one also that we know what is the risk assessment taken around that area. So that is how you will come to it. In terms of NHS, the project managers will go out there with his team to visit other care sectors. How are they caring for people? The resources, how are they using it? Do they need more funding? And if they need more funding, for what? So that is their own particular thing to sort out and come back with the feedback. So the project tasks and resources requires an identified along with the strategy for producing them. And this is referred to as a scope management. So as you being a manager of a manager of a particular project, you need to bear in mind of the solution and how can you carry out the solution. So you have to have a critical thinking skills and also a creative thinking skill, and on top of it, innovation thinking. So that is phase. Then the phase, a project plan is created outlining the activities, the tasks, the dependency, and the time frame. So when you are planning, these are the things that you need to look into. You need to look at it. What kind of activities? What tasks are you carrying out? How dependable will any of you be in a team or privately or even individual? Time frames. Remember, I said to you this morning about the time management. Time frames. How long do you want to carry out this project? It's very, very important. So, I believe my internet is playing off. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
I
we
can.
can.
Okay, okay. because I think my internet is playing now. So I hope you understand. So this is what we're trying. I'm breaking it down in a simple way. Okay. So the first one we mentioned is inhalation. I want everyone now that I've explained it better, what do you mean? What kind of thing can we do when we are initializing a project? Because all of you are working towards you becoming a project manager. So please now I want you to write for me in your own understanding, or even what you know I don't know. I want to learn from you. Initialization is the first phase. What do you know about it? And even if you have carried out, you have been in that situation before of initializing, what kind of thing did you do to initialize one project? Please write, please. Write on the chat box, or if you want to speak, you can raise your hand up and we can call you. The first life cycle of project is initialization, and I just explained to you from my own notes. But now we are practically want to learn from you as well. So how can you explain that? What other things are you going to be doing when you are initializing a project? That's the first stage. Like those people that have started with their um with their fashion design, um painting, and another thing, customer something. So please tell me in your own words what entails in initializing. When you say you are initializing a project, what does that mean? And what steps can we take? It can be more than what I've just said. It can be new, but I want to learn from you, Marvelous. I want to learn from you, Patient. I want to learn from you, Patrick, Ahmed, Madam Agnes, Dr. Lonson. Please, because this is my duty today. All I'm doing today is about project cycle, life cycle. So I want everybody to respond to what we've said so far. The first stage is initialization. Give a practical example or talk about it. What stages, what are we expecting in that level? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm asking. So can you please help me out? Madam Agnes, Mr. Ahmed, I hope you are not coming here to sit down and be listening to me, because we are doing it together. Mr. Patrick, very, very important. Dr. Lonson, please help me out. It looks like we're not ready to cooperate with me today. I can't teach if you are not teaching me again. I can't share if you're not sharing with me. I just mentioned something about it. And I believe it is clear because it's simple as I said it. Now I'm asking you to just give me a practical, because some of you have already, some of you are already managing a project. So what step initially? If you are doing it as a group, definitely there will be a meeting. If you are not doing it as a group, definitely you were researching, you were, observing, you were learning, you were doing something for the sake of that project that you want to present. Project can be a contract. You want to get contract from the government. So how do you go about it? Because you want to solve a problem. For example, you want to construct a road. You can't just go to the government or go to the bank and say, I want to construct a road. You have to do your own work. Constructing a road is also a project. But then what do you do? What is, I mean, before we ask for why, but now what is next step? What is next step? The next step is what I want to hear from you. When you say you want to initialize, because that is the first life cycle of project management. No one is responding. Okay. So what should we do? You went quiet. Are we ready to learn today? For me, whether it is a group or individual projects, I usually start with consultation. That's fine. Now you are talking, Mr. Kenneth. You start with consultation. That is fine because you're asking the people around the place about what do they think about this. You want to ask them. So with your consultation, you can also have a questionnaire. I mean, in my own case, when I was doing something about improving the customer care's complaints, I have to draw in a questionnaire so that I will know the idea where I'm coming from. I will know the area I want to improve. I will know the area I want to bring solution. That's a good one. So what about others? Hello? I told you, Dr. Lonson, I've already warned you. I'm not going to be talking. I need conversation. That is why Zoom Live is all about. You can as well be on the platform of WhatsApp and just be watching and listening, listening or reading the lecturer's notes. To assembly a project team. Yes, that's one. Knowing the value of that project before implementing, that's very important. And these are the that's the one that you need to communicate when you are forming your team. So you need to know the value. What's the value of the project you want to do? How valuable it is? How effective it is? How is it going to help the society, the community, even the people? Consulting, yes. That is if you're doing, you are doing it by yourself, yes. Like for example, I know most of you, you've already have a project, but we are going to choose a new project in this our program that you will do. You will either pick up one person and you do it together or you do it yourself. So individual are going to have a project, new project entirely. And what we need is, first of all, you need to know why you choose that project. Secondly, you need to tell us why that project is necessary. Thirdly, you need to tell us how you want to work with the project. You want to work with people or you want to work by yourself? What is the project? How's that project going to be benefiting the organization, either the organization you're working for, or the ministry, or the government, or the people? This is all what we call stage one. Securing the project approval and fund as well. But before you secure the project approval and fund, what are you going to do? Marvelous. What are you going to do first? Because you don't say, I have a project, please approve it. No, there's something you have to do. So you identify the problem. Identify the problem. That's the first thing first. So you identify the problem, then you consult the people that are in that community or even organization to ask them their view about what you identify. And then that is the time you are now going to be thinking critically. if you are working by yourself, alone, carrying out the project. But if you are managing a group, this is what you need to bring to the table to discuss, to brainstorm, to discuss about it. It is when you now come to a common ground and agree that you now put all this in and document it. And when you now document it, that is now the time that you are seeking for project approval and funding. I hope we understand. It's very, very important. So what you do initially matters. Okay, let's move on because of the time. Okay, so right, a project plan is that. So this is the planning. We've done the first one. The first one again, because it looks like I need to repeat myself, but really, I believe that you will get it right. During the first of this phase, remember all these things we are going to put it in practice. The initiation phase, the project objective or needs is identified. This can be a business problem or an opportunity for the business or for the organization you are working for or for the community or for the business for the government. For example, road construction and construction. Everyone around the place, even including the stakeholders, including the community, including the the travelers and the visitors, they all can benefit from that road if it's being constructed. An appropriate response to the needs is documented, like I said. So you need to document what your finding is when consulting people, when you are researching, identify the problem. Then you need to now document it in a business case for it to be. And then even with that, you identify the problem. Then you are now need to think cooperatively or individually, think about the solution. And then you communicate it well among your team. Now, planning, the same thing, is where the project solution is further developed in as much details as possible. So you take some steps, set your goals. We set your goals, set your object, set your objectives. Then how are you going to delegate it among, if you are working as a team, how are you going to delegate the tasks? But before you do that, you need to know the strengths and the weakness of your team members. And that is why you can delegate the appropriate tasks to them. So this is the section. Yes, then after identified that the work to be carried, the task to be taken, then what are the resources that you need? The funding. How are you going to get it? So these have to come with a plan. When we talk of resources, we will also talk about the workshop, the premises where you are going to work. Where are you going to work? Who are you going to work with to carry out this project? How many people, how many personnel do you need? How are you going to fund them? How are you going to pay them? How far can they go? So these are all the plans. The time frame. How long do you want to spend? Because definitely within that period, you will be doing some meetings to catch up with one another, get the feedback and the reports. And then how long do you want to take to carry out this project? Is it 1 year? Is it 6 months? So this have to come with the plans. Okay, let's move on. So a project plan is created outlining the activities, the tasks, the time frame. The project manager coordinates the preparation of the project budget. by providing cost estimates for the labor, equipment, and material costs. The budget is used to monitor and to control cost expenditures during the project implementation. The time will not permit me, but quickly, if somebody can help me. The second phase, what and what is needed. The planning is the second phase. So what is included in the planning of carrying out a project? Yes, we talk about the manager that will monitor it and supervise, but what is he going to monitor? And what are the tools and equipment that you want to use? How are you going to get the funding, the idea? So I want one or two people to help me out on this. While I'm waiting for others to tell me more about the to tell me more if they want to about the initiation. Now we are into the second stage, which is planning. So that one shouldn't be any problem at all. It shouldn't be a challenge. So please write something down about the planning, probably with the project you are managing right now. What were the plans? What are the plans that you put in place? And even the project that you're going to take. What other new ideas that you want to implement in your planning? Setting goals and objectives. So what kind of goals do you want to achieve? And the objectives you want to work on? I have about 8 people on this channel, on this platform. Please respond. And let us move on quickly. I don't want to waste much time. We've already spent almost 1 hour plus, and we are rounding up because, like I said, I must finish before 12 o'clock. And we are still on the second circle because that's the topic for today. Next time I come in next Tuesday, it's a different topic. And I don't want to be just a speaker. This is not a speaking engagement. This is a teaching. And when we are teaching, we engage the student. So we learn from one another. So in your planning, what's supposed to be involved? What is going to be in your planning? Please write quickly because we've mentioned some of it. And if you know of more, please let us know. Planning is the second phase of the circle. Planning. Okay. So let me see who is quiet on this platform. Okay. Madam Agnes, I've not heard anything from you. Planning. Madam Agnes, you've been doing a lot of projects all your years. Some of it I know about. So tell us, what's the planning? And you are fully involved in some stakeholders. So, but before we reach the stakeholders, what are in your planning? So let us know. Is
Hi.
it the goals? Is it the
Good
objective?
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want you to say something quickly.
Will be first. You will start with the goals, the objective, and the team, because there has to be some designated area that we have leaders. I'm somewhere that's very noisy. um, what are our goals? How long it take us to complete this project, and how do we start the project? And look at our finances. Have we made the right projection to conclude a successful project? So these are the things we looked at: our goals, our objective, and our finances.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
You've
Thank
you've
you.
you've
Thank
said the
you.
right thing. I want Dr. Lonson to say something. Dr. Lonson, you are our leader in this platform. You've went quiet. Is it because of your connection or you just don't want to speak today? And I don't feel comfortable for you not contributing. So Dr. Lonson, let's hear from you. Okay, Patrick, for pharmacies, okay, the financial budget, okay, the location, okay, the duration of this project, okay, and the management. Thank you so much. That's all what we want to hear. We just want to hear your plans. Your plans will be different from others. So that's what we want to do, so that we know that we're in the same track and we're doing the right thing. So let other people, I mean, the painting side, I've not heard anything from them. The fashion and design, I've not heard anything from them. Okay? Because the more we can know all these things, the more we understand all these things, we'll be able to carry out our project. Because I'm going to give you one project today. And I want you to talk about, I want you to apply, to talk about the 4 circles of life for project management in the project that you are choosing today. And that will be your assignment. And by the time we come back on Tuesday, I want all those assignments to be done. You choose a topic and then you apply the life cycle, 4 life phase: the initiative, the planning, the implementation, and also the closure. You need to apply it to any project that you are choosing for today, and that will be the assignment for next week. So if you have any questions, this is the time to ask me. Thank you so much, Madam Agnes. Okay, let's move on, because we need to finish this course and then you can do your first assignment. Once the project team has identified the work, then prepared the schedule and estimated the cost. The 3 fundamental components of this planning process are complete. This is an excellent time to identify and try to deal with anything that might pose a threat to the successful completion of your project, because you need to think about that as well. And that is called risk management. In risk management, high threats, potential problems are identified along with the action that is to be taken on each high threat potential problem, either to reduce the possibility that the problem will occur or to reduce the impact on the project if it does occur. For example, in Nigeria, that I heard something recently, when they were planning, especially when you are trying to construct a road, there will always be a risk because people will be passing by. Unless you block that place completely, there will always be a loss as well, because many people will lose their houses around that area. There will always be noise, because while they are constructing, there will be noise all here and there that will affect the neighborhood, and many, many risks. So that also should come with the planning. What is the risk assessment you have taken place in carrying on with your project? That's as simple as that. Okay, let's move on quickly because the time is going. This is also a good time to identify all project stakeholders. During this planning, you also need to identify who should we consult, who will benefit from this, who should we talk to about our project, where should we gain sponsors and the funding, and to establish a communication plan. How are we going to communicate with them? How are we going to consult them? How are we going to connect with them? How are we going to present our project plans to them? So plan describing the information needed and the delivery method to be used to keep the stakeholders informed. Finally, you will want to document a quality plan for your project. So it's not about just planning. Now you need to make sure that whatever you've planned is a good document with a good quality, providing quality targets, assurance, control measure along with the acceptance plan, listing the criteria to be met to gain customer acceptance. At this point, the project would have been planned in details and is ready to be executed. So these are the ways. I'm going to release my notes if it's possible. But if you go through this, that is why, let me tell you something. If there is no proper planning, that is why you will see that some people, after they've had a dream, they have a vision, they want to solve the problem, but if they don't have a proper document and it's not quality, that is where the bank can turn them down. That is the reason why stakeholders will shy away from them. That is the main reason why they will look at it as a competitors. Our competitors will override them if they don't plan properly. So every project is a good project. How they go about it is what we're discussing in the area of planning. Proper preparation brings proper results. Or proper preparation brings best results. So you want to carry out this project and you want to be successful in that project, then the planning will dictate how your project will come up. It's very, very important. So planning, please let us not overlook the planning. It's very important that we look into it very carefully. The planning in painting involves a systematic approach to ensure a successful outcome. It includes defining the project scope. Oh yes, you define the project scope. You tell them the concept, the pros and cons, and then you even in your planning, maybe you've consulted some stakeholders, some customers, and other. You need to involve it in your planning, so that by the time you present it to where you want to get the funding or where you want the approval, they say all these things and they will approve it. It's one thing to plan. It's one thing for your planning to be approved. And I believe on this platform, majority of us will like our plans to be approved. You might be given a very big project or a small project. The reason why you gain that, or your group or your organization gain that contract, is because of whatever you have in place in your planning document. Let's move on quickly because I want to finish as soon as possible. Okay, so let's go into implementation phase. I wish I could divide this lecture into two, because look at us, we've dwelled in more time on the first and the second, which is very important, very, very important. Because if you know what you're doing, if you plan what you want to do, implementation should be flowing in. You shouldn't have any problem with the implementation, because number one, it's been approved. Number two, the funding is there and the resources are there. Now, how are you going to do it? Implementation is very important as well. So during this third phase, the implementation phase, the project plan is put into motion, into action, and perform the work of the project. It is important to maintain control and communication as needed during the implementation. And that is where the feedback, that is where the findings, that is where the feedback from the customers, from the stakeholders, that is where to also to the progress, how far you've gone. So these are all in this place. That's where the reporting. I remember when I used to work in the Ministry of NHS, I mean the NHS, and also because I'm in place of the admin section. So I will be the one they are reporting to, not reporting to me because I'm taking over. No, they're reporting to me because all their papers, all their documents, all their reports and everything, I have to type and do the presentation for them because they are busy in the field. So they don't have time to sit down on the computer and do things. So I have to do that for them. And then when I submit it to them, then they will now present it to the director. That is why I'm familiar with this project business. It's important to maintain control and communication as needed during the implementation. Progress is continuously monitored and appropriate adjustment, because sometimes you might want to adjust some few activities. Maybe the system, the strategy you are using is not really working, or it's not working faster than you expected, and you have to meet your target. So maybe you have to readjust it. So progress is continually monitored. And in any project, a project manager will spend most of their time in their steps. During project implementation, people are carrying out the tasks, and progress information is being reported through regular team meeting. Okay. The project manager uses this information to maintain control over the direction of the project by mentioning the performance of the project activities, comparing the results with the project plans, and take corrective action as needed. And that is the time the manager will continuously referring to the objectives and the aims of this project. Because aims and objectives are the guidelines. The aims is what you want to achieve. The objective is how you are carrying out to achieve it. Let me just rush quickly to do the second one. I mean the last one, because if not. So the last one is the closing phase. During the final closure or completion phase, the emphasis is on releasing the final deliveries to the customers, handing over the project documentation to the business, terminating suppliers' contracts if possible, because there's nothing else for them. There's nothing else to do, so you have to terminate the contracts. Releasing the project's resources and communicating the closure of the project to all the stakeholders. The last remaining step is to conduct lessons learned, studied, to examine what went well and what we did, evaluation. So you have to carry out the evaluation. And then through this type of analysis, the wisdom of experience is transferred back to the project organization, which will help future project team. Okay, so let's put this down. And I've mentioned 4 circles of life for project management. You have an idea. I don't have to give you all because I'm also learning. I have to borrow some of these resources I'm using as well, which all of you can do the same thing. We have mighty lecturers that will be teaching us for the rest of the week before I return back to you next week, Tuesday. So my assignment now is, you've listened to this. My assignment is, you've listened to me carefully and we've done some discussion together on a project life cycle. So the assignment now is, pick up a project, new project entirely, and tell us more about that project using the life cycle, a project life cycle. Can somebody type that question down on the chat box so that everyone can understand the assignment? And I want the assignment before or on that day. Any assignment to go to Dr. Lonsington, the president of PCCF. So, can somebody type that assignment down for me on the chat box so that others can see? And then after that, I'm going to hand over to Dr. Tom Lonsington. Okay, so can somebody do that for me, please? Assignment. My first assignment on project life cycle. Can somebody type it down for me, my assignment? Because if one of you cannot type it down, then that means you won't know. If I give you assignment, you won't understand what the assignment is all about, or you might even think, oh, she didn't give us assignment. And that's one reason why I want somebody to type it on the chat box, because that will be my evidence that I've given you an assignment. We have about 7 great leaders on this platform. Can somebody help me with the assignment, please? What others need to do to carry out this assignment? Hello, Mr. Emmanuel Peter. Marvel.
They'll study the time for you to go for the case.
I want somebody, please, to tell me the assignment. To type the assignment on the chat box, and then I can now hand over to Dr. Lonson. Assignment, the first assignment from Elizabeth Lucas Afolabi. Assignment, please. Okay. Can Madam Patient, can you help me out and write the assignment on the platform? Dr. Lonson? Mr. Kenneth? Yes. My assignment on the platform, please. What is the assignment given today? I want it on the platform, please. And then I can hand over to Dr. Lonson. Who is responding? Please don't be afraid to type. You either get it wrong or right. Yes, but I want you to explain it exactly, because yes, you've written assignment, project life cycle. What are they going to do about it? What exactly are they going to apply it? Okay, now you want me to come again to tell you what the assignment is. Can somebody can somebody help me out if you really understand my assignment? My assignment is we just talk about the project life cycle. Now we want to practicalize it. So pick up a project and pick up the project, and first of all, write 4 project life cycle. So the projects you are going to do, you now need to answer those 4. How are you going to go about it under each project life cycle? We have the initialization, we have the planning, we have the implementation, and then we have the close-up. So when you pick up a project, I want you to write under these 4 topics how you are going to go about it. It could be consultation, it could be questionnaire for the stakeholders, especially the clients or the customers. I'm not here to give you all the answer. So that is so do you understand? So that's why I want somebody to write exactly what I said. Choose a project. Then choose a project, and how you are going to come about it, or how are you going to manage it, by using project life cycle. Simple as that. Can somebody type that for me, please? Quickly, quickly. The first one is choose a project, new project. Think about it critically. The project is solving a problem or seeking an opportunity. So choose a project. Pick up a project using project life cycle. 4, you can put 4 so that they will remember. So say 4 project life cycle. So they will remember the 4. So pick up a project. Talk about how you want to carry out the project by using project life cycle. I want somebody to write that. Pick up a project. Tell us how you are going to go about managing the project by using the project life cycle. So can you write it fully for me, please? Because I want everybody to, I don't want to hear that I don't know the question, I don't understand the question, it's not clearer to me, and that's why we are spending time to do that. That's the first assignment. Pick up the project. Tell us how you're going to carry out the project by using the project life cycle, by using the 4 project life cycle. Can somebody write it in full for me, please? And then I can hand over to Dr. Lonson. I must say today is not even Monday. Not to talk of, oh yes, it's Monday, so people are tired of, they've done a lot of activities over the weekend, and Monday is a busy period. That is why we are not active on this, our training today. It's not even Monday, it's Tuesday. You've gone through the Monday moods. This is Tuesday. Huh? What I mean, I've been teaching every day. Yesterday, I mean, I conducted a diploma, global diploma online masterclass. 3 hours every day, Monday to Friday. I mean, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And now, PPCF has borrowed my Tuesday that's supposed to be resting. And now I'm here so that we can learn together. So please, I'm begging you, all my great leaders, you can do better than this. Please respond quickly when we are talking so that we don't waste, so that we can learn more from one another. Okay, let me see this assignment now. Pick up a project. Tell us how you want to carry out the project by using the 4 project life cycle. Excellent. That's all. But me too, I'm going to cut and paste and put it on my notes so that you will know that yes, I've given you the assignment and this is the assignment I'll be waiting for. And please invite other people, because I know that we are more than this that register for this program. I might not be talking on your WhatsApp group, but I observe. I know what is going on there. So please encourage others to join us next week. And please remind them again. I've recorded this video. I'm going to send the video to you so that others also can watch it. And I might even I feel like not sending the note yet because we haven't finished up. And it is the one we've done today is just a foundation. Well, if Dr. Lonson asks me to release it, I have no choice. But I will release the video as well. So the assignment is pick up a project, a brand new project. Tell us how you want to carry out the project by using the 4 project life cycle. And may I also tell you something, that apart from the projects you are doing, there are so many projects. I want you to research what kinds of projects are there. So if you can research that, then it will be easier for you to choose one of them. Yeah, research what kinds of projects out there that you can do. Could be for the organization, for the government, for the community, even for your church. You can carry a project for your church. So maybe we need to put that in the assignment as well before we say pick up a project. So help me again. Research for various kinds of projects so that you don't limit yourself. There are so many projects, and then you can pick up one. Who is telling me to release the note? So you want to tell me that you didn't listen to my teaching today, so you can only base your assignment on my notes. My note is not even going to give you the answer for the assignment anyway, because it is practical. So if you can add that to it as well, the first thing first, research for various kinds of projects. Please add that one to it. That's the first one. And then out of many that you research on, pick up a project and tell us how you want to carry out that project by using the 4-project life cycle. I think that is how we go about it. Dr. Lonson, I'm handing over to you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my wisdom, my nugget of wisdom, and also to enlighten our leaders about Project Manager Life Cycle. And I want to say thank you to all my listeners. I believe you've picked up one or two things from my teaching today. And please, response to the assignment is very, very important. This is all what we taught today. So look for and research for more projects. Just research as much as you can. We have what they call that thing now. We have AI that can help you to research for more. You have Google, you have every resources. So research for more projects that can benefit the community, the government, the organization, the church, the anywhere, and benefit those that you are associated with. Your stakeholders, and then know your stakeholders that you want to present this project that will benefit from this your project. But the main thing is, tell us how you carry out your project you have chosen. See, I have generated 3 questions here today, but I'm just going to reserve the 2 questions. But the 2 ones that I want you to do is research the project, many projects, and also pick a project out of it and then tell us more about it, applying the project life cycle. Over to you, sir, Dr. Lonsington.
All right, thank you so much, Your Excellency. Sorry, my background is a little noisy because
That's
of the
all right.
health of my child I told you about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no problem. That's why my attention has been so far divided. I want to say a very big thank you to you and also to other students that participated in today's class. I assure you that your interest in learning project management will never be in vain. Keep it up. When question is being asked, please answer. All the question that was asked and my name was called upon by our leader, I know that I didn't hear it, but I wanted people to participate because I know me participating, I will give you an expo to answer further. So I needed you people to play a role, to be active in the class. So when next we meet, please try to be active. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. The assignment will also be posted on the WhatsApp platform to enable other people to participate. Tell your friends that have registered for this that they should not stay back from this Zoom class. It's very, very important. God bless you all. See you in class tomorrow. There will be no evening class today. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. So on behalf of PCCF and YYCI, I want to say thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Okugeran. I don't know if it's Mr. and Mrs., but it's Marvelous Ozegbe, Ambassador Joseph, Pays, iPhone, even though I don't like people using their phones for name. Madam Patient, thank you so much for your involvement today. Mr. Emmanuel Peter, thank you so much for joining us today. And Mr. Patrick Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us today. And Mrs. Patient Jalan, thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate all of you for joining us today. Please remember the assignment, and please submit your assignment as soon as possible to Dr. Lonson, and let me look at it. That will encourage me also to continue with this teaching. Remember, I said earlier on, not today, a few weeks ago, I said this project management can be new to me, because yes, I've been operating but not be teaching on this type of topic. So, but with the researching and borrowing some information from some resources, it has helped me a lot to be able to deliver something for you today, and I really appreciate you. Keep learning and keep learning, keep growing your mindset, keep building yourself up, developing yourself, preparing yourself for greatness, because tomorrow is gonna be better than today. And yes, you can. God bless you all. Bye.
Yeah. Before one more feeling say you already get that far again. You get go.